Hello, my name is Miyaka Ending, and I'm in your Government 2305 class, third period. Let's get started here. So, question one reads: How did the French and Indian War precipitate the conflict between Great Britain and the colonies? So, my answer was the French and Indian War began in 1754 and ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1763. Great Britain made significant territory gains in North America as a result of the war, but disagreements over following frontier policies and how to pay for the war's costs ultimately stoked colonial unrest and sparked the American Revolution. Question two reads: What ideas were central to the colonists who supported the revolution? My answer was John Locke, who is frequently recognized as the father of contemporary liberal thought, developed the concepts of natural law, social contract, religious toleration, and the right to revolution, all of which were crucial to the success of the American Revolution and the subsequent U.S. Constitution. Locke opposed what he called the fastened control of government. In response to Pontiac's rebellion, a revolt of Native Americans led by Pontiac, who was an Ottawa chief, King George III declared all lands west of the Appalachian Divide off limits to colonial settlers. This royal proclamation, issued on October 7, 1763, closed down colonial expansion westward beyond Appalachia. The third question reads: What weaknesses were inherent in the Articles of Confederation? My answer was the three main weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation were: Congress did not have the power to tax, there was no national court system, and states had a single vote in Congress. Congress did not have the power to tax because it could fear being unfairly taxed by the central government as they had been under British rule for a long time. There was no national court system because they wanted to protect the rights of U.S. citizens. States only had one single vote in Congress because the smaller states feared the domination of the larger ones. Over here, so for question four, it reads: How did the ideas that inspired the colonists to rebel shape the Constitution and the Bill of Rights? The colonists who supported, and my answer is my fault, the colonists who supported resisting British aggression found the notions of no taxation without representation and life, liberty, private property, and the pursuit of happiness to be appealing. For question five, it reads: What were the arguments put forth by the Federalists and the Anti Federalists, and which arguments do I support? So, for this question, my answer was the Anti Federalists thought that the Constitution gave the federal government too much control over commerce. They thought that laws regarding commerce should not be passed except by three-fourths of each chamber of Congress. I personally support the Anti Federalist arguments because it seemed as if the Constitution was giving way too much power to the government at the time. And I don't agree with the Federalist arguments because the Federalists they just want the government to have more power and not the people. And when the government have too much power, they abuse it, and the country can start going into debt. For question six, it reads: How do Americans change the Constitution, and is the Constitution a living document? And defend your answer. So I put for this question: All American citizens are free to petition Congress or their state legislations to amend or, in other words, change the Constitution. For it to be approved, though, the amending resolution must be passed by a two-thirds supermajority vote in both the House of Representatives and the Senate. I do believe that the Constitution is a living document, despite the fact that there have been only 27 changes to the U.S. Constitution in more than 200 years. It is referred to by many people like me as a living document because it is amendable, and there are three sections that make up the Constitution. Um, Thank you for your time, and that is all I have. Thank you.